Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we circle back and look at a style of thing we've seen before, which is the idea of having a special that's on like Special Effects or THX or something like that. That's to highlight something relating to picture quality, sound quality, special effects, or whatever, that winds up focusing in on Star Wars as part of its presentation, but not its entire presentation, making it sort of a weird adjunct type thing to a Star Wars home video collection. We've looked at that THX WOW disc, some of the other THX discs. This time we're looking at something from Japan that's very similar. That is this. A LaserDisc here called SFX Special. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the obi off of here. Have this here. Video graphics up at the top. The rest of it in Japanese till we get to the LaserDisc logo there. It does have the price listed of 9,800 yen. Product number. Some title stuff there. The back of the obi. Numbers in Japanese, except for video graphics down at the bottom, being the company that's putting it out. Then nothing actually on the front would suggest that it's Japanese. It says LaserDisc up in the corner. SFX Special, so Special Effects Special. It's actually called Special FX when you actually put it in, the actual program name at least. And then down at the bottom we have the LaserVision logo that we're used to seeing. The back, video graphics up in the corner with some Japanese. Some credits. It says, written and produced by Charles Halpern, director Charles Rudnick, editor Tom Valens, associate producer David Hartwell, music by Steve Shapiro, 1984, Lumiere production. Legalese down at the bottom, pretty much entirely in Japanese. It is CAV, not CLV, and it says bilingual down at the bottom. We'll come back to the bilingual thing in a moment, because it's really kind of annoying. When you open it, it gives you a breakdown of all the different chapters. The difference, of course, for us being that it's all in Japanese, so it's not all that useful. But you can see some examples there, like up here, from Return of the Jedi. This was in 1984, so Return of the Jedi had been out for about a year, and this does go into Return of the Jedi a little bit. Primarily it looks at The Empire Strikes Back and a bit of A New Hope, but it's looking at Star Wars in the context of other stuff, like Blade Runner and that sort of thing here. There's basically two chapters on either side, so side one, side two, that specifically note Star Wars content, but Star Wars pops up throughout the program. As for the actual LaserDisc, the label, see my stuff there. The label there is pretty basic. Just LaserDisc, LaserVision, product number and such, NTSC, side, bilingual, SFX, Japanese, legalese. Now, one thing I think is pretty cool about this is just that this is looking at the state, basically, of special effects immediately after Return of the Jedi was released. So it's a retrospective that can see all of the Star Wars trilogy and that era, but it's also something very much removed from, well, now, right? So seeing how far SFX, or special effects, had come up to this point is interesting, because it's kind of like, you know, what if you were looking at a history of Europe up until, say, 1930, right? When World War II hadn't happened yet. What is the context in which what you're seeing is being related to you? It's kind of an interesting thing to me, just as a history buff. What bothers me about this, though, what makes it tough to watch, and I'm assuming this is because of my LaserDisc player not having its remote, is the fact that it does say it's bilingual. So the actual special appears to be in English. But there is Japanese language dubbed over top of it. So you hear like ba-ba-da 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 ba in English. Then over top of it, ba-ba-da 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 ba in Japanese. So the entire time you're watching, if you're in the US, you're trying to hear the English through the Japanese, and unless you speak Japanese, not able to make sense of the Japanese. I'm assuming that what I'm hearing is meant to be something where you were to click a button and it would switch which side you're hearing so you could hear one or the other. But since my LaserDisc player doesn't have a remote, I can't make that change. I hear both all the time, unless it's actually burned in that it is both at the same time, which would be annoying as hell even back in 1984. But if you're looking for something unusual, kind of behind-the-scenes-y type stuff, when it comes to Star Wars, and you want to add something in that you know, maybe it's kind of like those THX WoW discs and stuff like that. It's not quite Star Wars, but it includes Star Wars, so you'll count it. Then you might want to check out the SFX Special LaserDisc from Japan. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.